As a healthcare IT professional, you know that one concern trumps all others for you and your peers: disaster recovery. It's a potentially career-ending question. Are my backup and recovery solutions up to the task of restoring critical systems and files when the inevitable outage, crash, or natural disaster hits? And the problem is only getting worse with each passing day, as the growing mountain of clinical and administrative data threatens to overwhelm your storage infrastructure, if it hasn't already. Until now, healthcare providers have had two options for solving this problem. Unfortunately, neither one is optimized for the unique challenges of the healthcare IT environment: tight budgets, exploding data growth, and the need to store data for long periods, sometimes forever. Hardware-based disaster recovery solutions, which make frequent point-in-time copies of your applications and data on disk, are relatively easy to implement and manage, but they're not very efficient, especially in healthcare, where the majority of data is comprised of image files that are created once and never modified. Backing up terabytes of unchanging files night after night creates never-ending consumption of more disk arrays and the real estate to house them, all of which makes hardware-based disaster recovery solutions just too expensive for healthcare. The second approach to disaster recovery adds software, so you only copy the files that have been created, accessed, or changed since your last backup. For healthcare providers, this solves the duplicate data problem, because you don't need all those new disk drives to store additional copies of the same files. The software-based approach can work as long as your data volumes are relatively small. Unfortunately, that limit is smaller than the amount of data stored by most hospitals. Otherwise, the process eventually fails when the time required to read through all your data and find the differences is more than the time you have available for backup. So, if it's too expensive to copy everything, and it takes too long to copy the differences, what's left? BridgeHead Software has the answer. A policy-based disaster recovery solution optimized for healthcare that ensures the availability of all your data from individual files to entire applications, while automatically pruning the data you need to store on the most expensive media. With the BridgeHead Rapid Data Protection solution, you can easily specify which data gets backed up on Tier 1 disk and which data gets archived on more economical tape, old disk, or in the cloud. Every day, as new files are added to your backup, older files that have not been created, accessed, or modified within your policy timeframes, 6 months for mammogram images or 1 year for patient records, for example, are automatically moved to redundant archives. When objects are archived, Rapid creates a pointer in the backup to ensure each file can be easily accessed when needed. In fact, Rapid creates a comprehensive index of all object metadata, so you can quickly find and reassemble any related datasets, regardless of where they are stored or where they were created. Of course, you could just ignore the problem, and that may work for a while, but do you really want to bet your career that you'll never experience an outage or crash? Or that you'll never need to recover a file from a backup that fails every night? BridgeHead Software's Rapid Disaster Recovery solution is designed to address the unique challenges of healthcare IT, so you can sleep easy knowing that everyone from IT to clinicians will have reliable access to all of your data in the time frames you've promised at a cost you can afford. Explore our website to learn more.